Hello everyone, hope you've had a shit day. I certainly have had a reasonable day today, hasn't been too bad at all. I went out on leave from the ward today, I had my ward round in the morning. We discussed various issues in my ward round, ranging from my housing requirements, which hopefully are going to be dealt with by my social worker who works for Devon Partnership Trust, NHS, and also Devon County Council, and also my ongoing treatment with medication. Remember, I'm taking 3 medications. I'm taking an aripiprazole depot, which is an injection I have once a month, which is an antipsychotic, which kind of makes your body fuck up a little bit, but doesn't give me too many debilitating side effects, which is nice for me. I'm also taking a mood stabilizer called sodium valproate, which is big purple tablets that also make you feel quite lousy and sleepy. I'm also taking something called olanzapine, which is another antipsychotic, which I don't want to take and makes you feel extremely lousy, especially in the first part of the day, which I take in the evenings before I go to bed, because it makes you very drowsy. My leave was good though. I bought a new belt for just £5, if you can see that, or £4. I've uploaded all the receipts to Google Drive. I'm going to put all these videos onto Google Drive as well. If anyone follows them on Google Drive, then that would be lovely for you to have a look at, because you can keep an update of all the exciting developments in my life and do with it as you wish. Not really sure what else to talk about. How many views did the last videos get? Let's have a look. Not very many. Don't think I've got a very popular following on my Wastecast, but that's fine. I'm sure at some point there'll be lots. Let's have a look. The one from yesterday, from one day ago, has had 22 views in one day. That's 22 people that have sat and listened to the story of my life, which is amazing, isn't it, really? Don't know what else to talk about. It's got 20 views, 18 views, 28 views, 30 views, 26 views. So going really well. 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Let's just have a little talk about some more current affairs, because I just like doing that, because it gives me something to talk about. But yeah, I went on leave from the ward. I've got an hour's leave unescorted for every day. So if anyone wants to come and see me, we can leave the ward for up to an hour each day, and I don't have to take any members of staff with me. So if you want to come and see me on the ward, just phone the ward phone, and you can get through to me there if you need to speak to me about anything at all. And if you want to come and see me, or you need to come and see me for any reason, then you know where I am. Although Essex is quite far away from everybody that I know, which is sad. Let's have a look. Colchester, 13 degrees C, cloudy, 10% chance of rain. Monaco fails to meet the FIA Grade 1 certification. That's not very interesting, is it? What else have we got? Bank of England to surpass the Federal Reserve as hike interest rates to a 15-year high. I don't really know. There's effectively a kind of, as it was once put to me, which I thought was quite profound, a foot on the gas, foot on the brake, with kind of interest rates and regulating it, like inflation and the money supply. It's not really very sustainable way to do business. Mr. Musk, Twitter and Tesla's interest are at odds in Elon Musk's quiet China visit. Well, there we are. It's a very quiet China visit. I don't think that that really, The Guardian 53 minutes ago, I don't think that really sheds much light on anything, does it? You know, really. I mean, I'm quite dispassionate about it. There's a picture of some guys in suits going to China and keeping it very quiet. So, best of luck with that, Elon, mate. Hope everything works out for you. Christopher Ward's 12 will decimate the watch market. No, thank you. Sony's small but whiny. No, that's not news. This is product design. Roger Waters in Birmingham. New type of quasar particle emerges to tame quantum computing errors. Physics World 1 week ago. I once read a book. It was called The Tao of Physics by Frishof Capra. If anybody listens to Alan Watts, Taoism and Zen and the Upanishads and lots of Eastern philosophy has a very similar kind of denotation to the kind of completely unknowable nature of quantum mechanics and quantum physics. I'll see if I can find the book. The Tao of Physics by Fritjof Capra.
Here's what I found on the web.
The Tao of Physics by Fritjof Capra. It's on Audible, Wikipedia. Let's have a look. The Tao of Physics, an exploration of the parallels between modern physics and Eastern mysticism, is a 1975 book by physicist Fritjof Capra. Bestseller in the United States, it's been translated into 23 languages. Capra summarised his motivation for writing the book. Science does not need mysticism, and mysticism does not need science, but man needs both. According to the preface of the first edition, reprinted in subsequent editions, Capra struggled to reconcile theoretical physics and Eastern mysticism, and was at first helped on my way by power plants or psychedelics, with the first experience so overwhelming that I burst into tears. Oh, my battery's running low on my PC. Anyway, that's a good book. Read it. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll decamp. I'm going to decamp and plug in the power and get this video continuing. Don't really give a fuck about the quality being not very good. What am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to go without lighting. Balance the camera on top of the laptop, and we're going to go rogue without the spotlight. Unplug the light if we can. There we go. And then go and stick it over in the other corner of my room and plug it back in. And I'll finish reading you that excellent description of that book before the battery on my laptop dies. This makes for excellent viewing. If anybody wants to comment on my excellent post-production skills, then do let me know. There we go. You can see me there, just about. Get my phone. So Fritjof Capra took a load of psychedelics apparently when he wrote this. First experience was so overwhelming that he burst into tears, and at the same time, not unlike Castaneda, pouring out my impressions onto a piece of paper. Capra later discussed his ideas with Werner Heisenberg in 1972, as he mentioned in the following interview excerpt. I had several discussions with Heisenberg. I lived in England circa 1972, and I visited him several times in Munich and showed him the whole manuscript chapter by chapter. He was very interested and very open, and he told me something that I think is not known publicly because he never published it. He said that he was well aware of these parallels. While he was working on quantum theory, he went to India to lecture and was a guest of Tagore, Tagorie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, viewers. He talked a lot with Tagore about Indian philosophy. Heisenberg, that's from the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, if you want to Google that. He told me that these talks had helped him a lot with his work in physics because they showed him all that these new ideas in quantum physics were in fact not all crazy. He realised that there was in fact a whole culture that subscribed to very similar ideas. Heisenberg said that this was a great help for him. Niels Bohr, who's of course another famous physicist, had a similar experience when he went to China. Bohr adopted the yin-yang symbol as part of his coat of arms when he was knighted in 1947. It's claimed in the book that it was a result of Orientalist influences. The Tao of Physics was followed by another book of the same genre, like The Hidden Connection, The Turning Point, and The Web of Life, in which Capra extended the argument of how Eastern mysticism, scientific findings of today relate, and how Eastern mysticism might also have linguistic and philosophical tools required to undertake some of the biggest scientific challenges remaining. So if you've got the internet and Amazon, buy a copy of The Tao of Physics. It's a brilliant book. I remember reading it to my brother in a sunny back garden one summer in about 2013, and it was a very nice couple of days we spent in the garden. Let's see what else is going on in the news. Boris Johnson, COVID seeks judicial review. We've already talked about that this week. Hot sale of trainers. A terrible video about Rise of the Lycans. It's 10 minutes already. Red Panda, once again. Catherine Tate. John Cressini goes in for a kiss on Catherine Tate, the Jonathan Ross show. Well, there we are. Jonathan Ross is a bit of an enigma, isn't he? I don't know what I think of Jonathan Ross. I can't really speak properly anymore, so I couldn't really go on his TV show. And these injections that I had last year have kind of like, as you can see, I can't really read properly, which is a bit of a shitter. Felt like we were in the 90s, home base, the white van revving up, UK rave culture. It's a picture of Fatboy Slim. It's quite a cool picture. That's in The Guardian 2 hours ago. Electric car drivers should pay 6p per mile road tax. What does everyone think about that? Leave me a comment in the descriptions. That's The Telegraph 13 hours ago. The Indiana Jones movies ranked from worst to best. Well, I think Raiders of the Lost Ark was quite a good film. Have to say, quite a good film. $640 grams of nitrous oxide. Our user-friendly nitrous oxide disposable cylinder is the easiest. Fast gas. Well, I used to be a big fan of nitrous oxide, one of my favourites. Poland's designed a modular AK-47 in 7x41mm. You know the AK-12 is only $150 to buy. I couldn't believe it. It's absurd how cheap assault rifles are. They wonder why there's all these shootings. Anyway, on a lighter note, the OCR are going to look at GCSE Computer Science exam. See, I can't read. Science exam after a backlash, which is nice. Well, I'm going to stop reading the news now. It's making me feel sad. So that's 12 minutes and 41 seconds of your life you'll never get back. Just like the time I'm spending here at Her Majesty's pleasure, you might argue, at Signet Hospital in Colchester. But you can come and visit me any time, because I can now leave the hospital. We can go out for a cup of tea for an hour if you want, but you don't have to do that. You probably don't really want to. But if you did, it would be really good. Anybody can do that. Journalists, investigative journalists, the Metropolitan Police with my telephones, if they want to come and find out whether I've been stalking somebody or not, anybody can come and visit me. I would give out the mobile number for this phone, but I'm just not going to, because I'm only going to have it for long enough for the investigation to complete, and I don't want to confuse everybody, because I've already got 2 phone numbers. But thanks for watching, everyone. I love you lots, and come back again tomorrow. Okay? And buy The Tao of Physics by Fritjof Capra, because it's a fantastic book. Jar bless. One love. Catch you on the flip side.